Vamos lá, guys, vamos lá. Talkeshi, Conquiste e Trimby. Como é que vai ser? Vai ter legenda no vídeo? Tomara, né?
Semana decisiva na nossa LTA Sul em um dia hoje que vamos ter que falar um pouquinho mais de inglês. Afinal de contas, um dos confrontos que temos no final de semana agora é entre Vivo, Cade Stars e a Isurus Estral. E no nosso Talkeshi de hoje, a gente vai receber aqui o Trimby e também o Kisei, que são dois jogadores gringos. Então o Takeshão tá com o inglês aí enferrujado, mas a gente daqui pra frente vai se comunicar com eles e vambora. So guys, first of all, thank you for joining us and congratulations on being like on the top 4 right now. Trimby, how are you?
Hello, I'm going good. I'm doing good. Thank you for having me too. And yeah, it's a bit early in the morning, but yeah, hopefully we'll be able to answer you some questions and yeah, give you some content or ideas how things are going.
And Kisei, it's a
Legal, esse cara... Eu quero ouvir os dois, na real, mano. O Kisei porque ele fala muito pouco, né, quando a gente vê os vlogs. E o Trimby porque é um cara que tem muita
first
visão de
time
jogo,
that I'm
mano.
speaking with you. And how are you doing as well? I think like the past 2 weeks must be different at least.
I'm doing good, man. Just the same old, you know. Just happy to be here and hopefully we can just have a good time.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna start with a really easy one. Kisei, if you go back like to the beginning of the second split, and you now consider the top 4, it's like you guys, Pen Gaming, Furia, and Isurus Estral. Do you think there's like any surprise on these top 4 in your opinion? If you go back in the past, would you rather like Red Canids, Loud, Leviathan, something like that to be on
Mano, pior que não é surpresa esse pá, né?
these top 4?
Tipo, talvez... Pelo jeito que o campeonato foi, a gente esperava uma Loud no lugar
Or
do
do you think
Isurus,
like
talvez.
it's fair enough, these top 4 right now?
Okay, it depends on how far we go back in the past, right? Like, if we go back to split 1, then it's a different story. But if we're talking about like at the start of the season, I would say this was kind of expected, like with how the
Sério? Ele tá falando que esse foi esperado olhando o início do split? A Isurus tava chumbadaça. Acho que ele tá esquecendo da
training
Isurus,
went
pô.
and just how we perform on stage. But I do think there could have been other contenders like Loud and maybe Red. But I think this 4 and these 4 like kind of make sense. So.
And Trimby, like in general, what do you think about the level of the championship so far? Because Cade started really well, and then you guys started struggling. Loud, on the beginning, people were like believing that Redbert and Shinny could get Loud better, but so far they are not yet in the championship. What do you think about like the general level of the championship so far?
I would say some teams got for sure better, and as you can see, right, like we got better technically. I mean, of course, comparing it to the winter split, right, we're still not there where we want to be, but yeah, we're trying to get there. I would say, right, like Leviathan went a bit down, right, with them like shockingly getting out so fast.
Nem sei se eles pioraram ou se, tipo, todo mundo melhorou e eles estagnaram, tá ligado?
And then like
Eu acho que é mais todo mundo melhorou e a Leviathan só estagnou. A build de Zeri Mid de Hullbreaker dá pra jogar? Pô, não gosto.
other teams. I mean, for sure, Isurus at first didn't look so like compelling, you know. It didn't look like they're gonna actually make it that far with like all the like not drama but like changes and everything. But they also had their like I guess internal problems with like people not being like, you know. I think there was like also Miro's side where like I think he couldn't really play League for quite a while, right? So
Quebrou o dedo.
that also didn't help. But looking at top 4 now, it was pretty expected to be like this. Of course, you could say that maybe, you know, like Loud could join or like Red, but you can see a clear difference between like the top teams and like the middle pack bottom teams, right? And yeah, even though right now you can say we're the middle pack team for now, we're still there in the top 4 and hopefully we'll be able to make it a little bit better next week.
Opa! Se você tá gostando desse vídeo aqui, não se esqueça de se inscrever aqui no canal, beleza? Bom vídeo.
Yeah, like, and I mean that, Trimby, because there was a point on the championship, I think the beginning, the first 2 or 3 weeks, that I saw VKS playing, and for sure for me, you guys were like top 2 or top 3 of the
Pô, teve um momento que parecia que eles eram top 1, pô. Eles eram um time que tava com
but then
melhores
suddenly,
resultados, não? Eles estavam invictos no início.
I think the performance were not there on the same spot that was like on the Super Week and the series against like Furia and some others. I mean,
Trimby tem 15 anos,
you guys started to having like some problems, and I want to know about your perspective because you are like probably the captain or the team leader, at least from my opinion. When did you guys when did you started recognizing that the level was kind of being like shaky when things started going wrong for VKS in your opinion, and what went wrong for VKS the second split so far?
Yeah, I think we started off pretty well due to the trainings that we had. I think for sure as well some of the NA teams that we got to scrim during the off-season helped a lot. I think that the team kind of got more confidence from those games, and we made sure that we actually know we can fight for to being a contender, to being somebody that can actually win the whole thing. But I would say past 3-4 weeks, outside of the week we just had, I think we had really bad training time. I would say our training overall was just pretty poor, and I think we were getting a lot of bad habits that sadly transitioned into the games into the official games. I think that's why it looked so much as I guess choking to some extent. Okay. But I actually think it's just bad habits, from everyone, and the fact that our scrims were not really the result, just the quality from us was so low that it just transitioned into the games, and it's not that easy to fix, just from day to day. Because if it's been a really bad set of scrims for 2-3 weeks, it's gonna affect your officials, it's gonna affect your confidence, and I think that's something that we tried to work on for the whole week before the Red Canis games. And even though I think we had a good time fixing some of the problems, of course, at the end of the day, the officials, we still had some of the habits that we shouldn't have, and that's why I think the games felt so shaky.
And to say about these bad habits that Trimby is saying, I think when I saw you playing last year on Academy, on Americas, I put you really high on my tier list from mid lane. But then this year, 2025, I don't see the Kise that I was seeing on the last year. These bad habits, what your perspective on this, your level, on Vivocade's level in general? Because I really think that you are really better than you were showing on the past few weeks. This weekend, I think you had a really good series on the game 4 and game 3, but especially over this year, I at least don't recognize the same Kise that I was watching 2024 as an example.
Yeah, I can somewhat agree to that. I agree with everything Trimby is saying, how the training affects
Eu acho muito isso também, que ele é... Eu acho que esse é um player muito bom individualmente, mano, olhando de coisa de solo queue e assim. Só que tem duas coisas que acontecem muito com ele. Cometeu alguns errinhos na lane phase que acaba custando farm pra ele, e ele começa atrás do jogo. E a segunda coisa é desatenção em alguns momentos no mapa, mano. Tomar uns pique bobo assim que custa caro, tá ligado?
Your performance in stage games a lot.
Mas ele é bom, mano.
Speaking individually for me, I think compared to last year, this year, my mental has been as good as you can say. And I've been going through some personal stuff, but that's no excuse, right? And hopefully, I think it's been getting better, at least to say. And yeah, hopefully the old Kise can come back. But the thing is, the old Kise was kind of he was kind of arrogant, and he was too cocky, right? So coming into CBLOL, my whole perspective on the game had to change, because when I played Academy and just an OC, the Bakers League, everyone says, but I was kind of just breezing, and I didn't think much about the game or anything. Compared to this year or this split, I had to think a lot and actually use my brain, and this whole new concept to me, it's put a lot of pressure on me, and it even I don't think I've ever felt stressed in my life, so I just developed all these new feelings, just stressed, I couldn't sleep sometimes too, and it's just a lot of pressure, but I think my mental lately has been getting better. And
mano, pior que dá pra perceber exatamente isso, mano. Tipo, ele é bom, só que de vez em quando ele dá uns bugs assim, velho. Uns erros bobo, tá ligado? São uns erros bobos mesmo. Teve tipo um W de Thalia que ele erra com o cara stunado, uns bagulho assim. Do cara, mano, você dá pra ver que o cara tá nervoso, velho. E ele tá falando exatamente isso, né? Tipo, na Oceania era muito chilling dele jogar lá, e realmente é uma liga merda, né? era, né? Que eu acho que nem existe mais.
Yeah, hopefully I can start getting back in prime. So.
I mean, the concept of using brain is like pretty hard concept. So, but to add to that, I think with Kisa, one thing was that like understanding that I guess you're not like always the best, all the time, and I think that's something that helps players, because there's players that just have this. I mean, you can call it delusion, but it's like just like this extreme self-confidence about the things. But since outside playing on the instincts all the time is not really a thing you can like go for all the time, because you're gonna
maybe can win your games, but not the whole championship.
You're gonna
right?
face people who actually give a little bit more to that, and instincts you can't really fully like play with them. And I know it for a fact, because I'm a player who actually plays a lot based off instincts. But I think it is hard to develop like this way where you can base things on the instincts and as well make sure that you're thinking about what you're doing at the same time.
And like I think that happened on the series against Furia. Seal just go to the press conference and he said that he was being kind, being gentle with you guys, but this part of him was done, that he would change for the weekend against Red Canids that you guys just got a 3-1. What did he change, Kise, on this last week? What was he doing before, and what did he change to make Vivocade develop and improve to get a win?
Do you remember anything?
I mean, okay. Maybe that was Seal's perspective on his kind and gentleness, but I think it was a bit different. But he did become more like serious, and he definitely like started railing us more, like just giving us the real talk, especially me. But yeah, kind and gentle is kind of an understatement, but I think it's good that he did all this and he like started to change, and he just like told us it's like do or die, because it is, and he just got us like back in the game, like mentality wise, and yeah, the training and everything says it all, right? So I mean, not the stage games at least, but maybe the training.
And Trimi, I think that works directly with you, because at least from what I see in your communication, in whole team communication, basically you are the shot caller, the guy that decides pretty much everything, I would say. How that impacted you during the week, what he's needed to do. I saw Mortil saying after the victory on the interview with Rafa that Seal just centralized everything on him. What was it for you?
I mean, yeah, Chris tries to take a lot of like responsibility on him, right? Because he's the one who feels like he's like the captain outside of the game, where like he calls the shot how like things want to be done and said. I would say for me, like I try to not really be like the guy who calls everything, because I don't think it's the best way for the team to develop. I feel like we're still in a position where I mean, I personally think, like from my point of view, right, that I know some things that my teammates sometimes don't truly understand, but it's not because I'm like better, smarter. I don't really mean it that way. It's just through the experience, I feel like I see some things that my teammates sometimes just don't see it, and it's completely fine. I think that there's nothing wrong about it, and I try to make sure I give my players enough space so that they can create their own plays, because I think it's way better for them if they create those and they think like they are the initiator for those, because then they truly believe in the idea. Because if I call something and I feel like sometimes we just don't understand what I truly mean by that, the play is just not naturally, it's not going to be like the best play possible, just because of the fact we're not on the same page, right? And when it comes to the training itself, think
esse
for
bagulho,
sure.
Esse bagulho, tipo assim, de uma pessoa falar tudo no LoL, não tem como, mano. Porque além de você pesar uma pessoa demais e ela vai acabar perdendo individual nisso, tem o outro fato também é o que ele tá falando. Muitas vezes a pessoa não sabe exatamente o que você sabe, entendeu? Então ela não vai executar da maneira que você tá pensando, ela não vai ver o mesmo ângulo que você viu. Então, o ideal é você conversar muito, tipo assim, ver muita coisa junto, tá ligado? E aí discutir muito as plays que já foram, pra você tentar ter a visão mais parecida possível do jogo. Pra na hora, mano, a pessoa fala um A e todo mundo já sabe o que quer dizer e todo mundo tá vendo a mesma coisa. Então, tipo assim, é É um trabalho
One
mais
of the
fora
things
do
that
jogo,
Chris
mano.
tried to make us understand is the urgency of like where we were at. I think that after the Furia series, he just had to show us that, you know, we're nowhere at the level that we've been before, and we're nowhere at the level that we want to be, right? We aspire to be. So I think he wanted to show this like lack of, lack of urgency, pretty much, of, you know, the fact that if we don't just stress our ass off a little bit in training and make sure that we actually focus on the things we have to, then we're just gonna lose and our split will be over, right? And that was really important.
And like past week, I had some Chuko streamers with us, Dinkedo and Brucer, and a thing that we said about you and the champions that we would choose, like we don't recognize Lulu and Galio being like the best option for you for VKS, not you like playing the champion in singular, you know, but like you being with those champions that is not like doing the engage, doing what needs to get a win, you know, like maybe you're playing Rel, Rakan, could be better. Do you agree with this, or are we being like delusional? Because we saw that for this week you have changed. You played Rakan, you played like Braum, and those. I think you have played Braum, if I'm not wrong. You played Braum. So in our opinion, back there, like Lulu and Galio for Trimby doesn't seem like the best. Like there was a game. A play actually that you just like E forward with Galio, flash W to try to do something, and we, in our opinion, we felt that it was not the best for you.
Yeah, it's not though. I think one crazy thing actually that kind of transitioned into my career is like back in 21, 22, I was actually the guy who like was not really the first engaged too. I loved being the one engaging actually, but I was always this kind of like guy who always loved to play the receiving kind of way and like making sure I'm the like second initiator slash like disruptor of the fights. I feel like since coming here and as well last year, I feel like I came more into a role of a guy who leads the team, right? That's why I think, as you guys say, like I think it's correct. Like I'm more like better to do stuff on the engaged tools because I'm the one who actually like tries to call what we have to do. But yeah,
Eu sinto que esse bagulho de... Esse bagulho que ele tá falando, que é uma coisa dele, eu sinto que todo sup é assim, mano. Basicamente todo sup é assim. Todo sup não, talvez, sei lá, tem tipo o Jojo, por exemplo, que ele é mais balanceado, vamos dizer assim. Mas a grande maioria dos suportes se dá melhor com o Champion de Engage. E os times funcionam melhor quando o sup tem um Champion de Engage também.
I mean, coming from my experience,
Porque tem o bagulho também, é muito mais difícil você jogar um mapa se você não tem o seu suporte num champion que pode dar a cara, engajar, tá ligado?
much rather be like the actual like, you know, I love playing like champs like Galio and Lulu. That's why like, you know, whenever I can, I try to play it. But for sure, you know, for our current playstyle, it doesn't seem always ideal to do that just because of the fact that, you know, I'm the one who mostly sees the angles when it comes to initiating, and when we don't have this kind of initiating tool, for sure the game becomes a bit harder. But you know, maybe now people are gonna target me. I don't think so. There's like a lot of ego in here, I feel like, on the scene, so I think nobody really cares what I'm gonna play, so because everyone thinks they're just gonna beat us, and honestly I'm kind of happy with that.
And que se eu before like the...
Caralho, é muito ego. Contra quem que eles vão jogar? É Cade contra Isurus, né? Cade contra Isurus. É domingo? Não, é sábado. Porra, Pen Fúria vai ser muito foda no domingo.
The match against Red Canids, he said that basically 100%
já é a vaga na final,
would be
mano.
on how you like will show your performance on stage on the Red Canids. How did that that sentence like what was the impact on that on you? Like...
Então, quando joga de Lulu e Soraka, por exemplo, você tem que... Geralmente você tem que ter o jungler, uma Sejuani da vida, tá ligado? No mínimo um Shinzal, assim, que, mano, o cara vai ter que criar o espaço pra você, vai ter que dar a cara na visão, vai ter que resolver as paradas. Ou você tem que ter, talvez, por exemplo, você tem um Shinzal, mas tem um Galho no mid também, que é outro boneco que pode criar espaço e dar a cara. Mas se você tem, pô, sei lá, uma Lilia na jungle, uma Orianna no mid e tem uma Soraka, tipo, mano, quem que vai dar face check, tá ligado? Aí talvez você possa ter um Ornn no top. Mas é muito difícil, né? Geralmente o top fica isolado, pegando a side, tipo... É difícil um top ficar juntando toda hora pra controlar a visão.
Like, you playing on the
Por isso
on
que
the
é mais
championship.
fácil o Sup ter esse papel, porque é ele que tá com a Zoardia e ele pode meter o louco. Por isso que, pô, Rakan é muito forte, Alistar é muito forte também, porque é muito difícil matar esses bonecos.
On this weekend, and knowing that, like, basically your head was on the line. At least that was the impression that I had from the outside. And then you have showed.
Isurus vai ganhar da Cade, você acha? Vocês estão achando isso? Mano, eu acho que é possível também, velho. A Isurus melhorou legal e, tipo, a Isurus é um time filha da puta, mano. Primeiro split eles foram melhorando bastante conforme o campeonato foi passando e agora eles estão fazendo a mesma coisa. José Deodo parece ser um puta líder, mano. Então esse time aí tá bem perigoso, mano. Tá bem perigoso, tá bem perigoso.
That you could bring a better game.
Tomara que não, tomara que a Cade ganhe.
Yeah, my head was definitely on the line for this. I'm not gonna say.
What was the impact of that on you?
I mean, I was still the same. Like, I mean, okay, I wasn't the same. There's still some pressure. There's always pressure when it comes to stage games. But I think I still, like, my mentality was still just taking everything Sil said, right? Just taking all the criticism and just taking everything he's saying for the good. And yeah, I just kept my head in the game. I don't think I played like my best game. Like,
The Tristana one was really good.
I mean,
I have to say it.
Man, you brought like your C game, maybe.
I think that was like a B plus at best, like A. I don't know, whatever you want to rank it, but I don't think it was my best game. I think I could still do better if I just keep training and just keep my head down in the game, and yeah, hopefully I can show it for next week.
And did you guys felt that Red broke?
Mano, o Kiss é bom, mano. O Kiss é bom, mano. O Kiss é bom. É realmente... Mano, eu fico feliz de ouvir ele falando isso, porque é a mesma visão que eu tenho, mano. É uns bagulho de nervosismo, assim, mano. O cara é bom, velho.
After this game?
Ele erra uns bagulho bobo.
Sure. Like that you guys get this crazy win, I would say. You guys like felt that Red just gone after the second game? Your first victory in the series, actually.
I mean, not necessarily. I still thought the game 3 they were doing like a lot of good stuff, and they were like they were punishing our mistakes. I think game 3 still was like in the spot where I think there were like 2-3k goal lead, and like from early / like transition into mid game. I think they could have also won that game too, but yeah, you could feel like they were not really. I mean, I wouldn't say out of it, but I think they were not really in like the best mood, right? Like for sure, and you could tell like the moment they started losing in the game 3, they were taking like very like risky and not really smart decisions about the things. But yeah, that's what happens when like, you know, people get on the different pages and things that were working before now don't work due to the like the change of atmosphere, right?
Mano, pior que eu não tenho nem o que falar, viado. Tipo, o jeito que a Red perde aquele segundo jogo e aí o terceiro começa a dar merda de novo, mano. Caralho, viado. Não dá nem pra culpar pelo tilt, mano. Tipo assim, porra, sempre acontece isso com eles e aconteceu de uma maneira muito bizarra, pô. Tem que tiltar mesmo, não tem como.
In this second game, Kise, like there was a meme going on about like you not getting a single kill in the playoffs. Like I have to ask you that.
O problema é gap mid, a Cade ficaria bem melhor com Quats e Smiley. Não ficaria, mano. O Kiss é melhor que o Quats, pô. E o Smiley não tem nem como ter, né? Quer dizer, se tivesse os dois sim, mas o Kiss é melhor que o Quats e o Morteus tá jogando benzão também.
Do you feel any relief when you get a single kill on a zero in this game? Like, oh, finally I got a kill on the playoffs.
I mean, to be totally honest, I didn't even realize that was a meme because I don't have social media. So, like, I didn't even know about this whole thing till like the series ended after, right? And I was getting told by everyone like, "Oh, bro, like you're like this meme, just 0 kills in like against the Furious series." And I was like, "Wait, I had 0 kills?" And then like, I mean, it's all fun and games, you know, the memes. It's cool, but I don't think I was relieved. Like, I don't really care, you know. Like, but it's cool that. I mean,
and like, how was that in your region, in Oceania before? Like, how the community reacts when you play nicely and
Essa é a melhor coisa que você pode fazer, viado. Nem olhar a rede social.
when you don't play nicely? What's the difference from like the Brazilian community to your region and also Trainb, Kise?
Você pode, tipo assim, é bom você usar pra postar os bagulho, né? Mas não olha comentários, no caso. Tipo, chega, posta e vai embora, mano.
I think we have a lot of drama here in Brazil. I don't know
I mean,
if you...
comparing Brazil to OC is like a major difference, right? Especially the fans, like they're very passionate, and one day you're like the most loved person, and apparently the next you're like Kisse. So, but like this is all, it's all part of the it's all part of the game.
Dia você é a pessoa mais amada, no outro você é o Kiss, ele falou.
This is just competition. You're either good or you're bad, and like I can see the perspective from the haters and the fans. So it's all good. But in OC, like as I said before, I was just breezing. So I was just the king in OC, so I didn't have any hate. So like it's kind of different here.
And what about you, Trimby? Like,
Fião, ele falou essa porra, mano. Ele tá... É agora que ele tá sentindo realmente a pressão e toda essa parada que a gente já conhece há muito tempo, tá ligado? A gente tem que encarar o Kiss como se ele fosse um novato, mano, que acabou de subir do Academy. Porque ele nunca teve essa atmosfera que a LTA tá proporcionando pra ele, tá ligado? Que o CBLOL proporcionava, tipo... Essa quantidade de, mano, feedback da galera, torcida xingando, torcida amando, pressão pra caralho, torcida todo jogo. Ele não teve isso, tá ligado? Ele é muito bom mecanicamente, ele é muito bom individualmente, mas ele não passou por essa parte mental ainda, realmente. Tem que entender que ele é tipo basicamente um rookie que tá se soltando. Os jogadores da Oceania são bons, só que lá na Oceania tinha... ninguém assistia, mano. A liga era morta. Tipo, a liga literalmente morreu, tá ligado?
in here we have Baiano, a lot of cool streamers. In Europe, I think you guys have Kedro as the #1. How the community reacts and what's the difference for like the Brazilian community? Because right now you are like 6 months here in Brazil, right? I think you have a clue.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, for me it was a bit different because, right, I was in Rogue for 2 years. I mean, even more, right, than like transitioning to Koi. And yeah, before the Koi thing and the 23, like Rogue was like a team that, you know, I had to earn a lot to have any fans, I would say. It's a kind of a meme. And Europe were like Rogue, there was like maybe 10 fans on the cheering for us. Of course, there was a lot more, and I really appreciate every single one of them. But you could feel that, you know, you could feel that there was not really much. Comparing to like G2 and Fnatic, I knew the games would be like...
INTZ europeia é foda, tio. Ô. Sai fora, tiozão. INTZ, irmão. INTZ tem fã pra caralho, mano. Só que eles tão como? Pô, sei lá. Quase aposentando já, né, mano? Só os velhos. Igual nós, tá ligado? Os fãs da NTZ pararam de jogar LoL, mano. Os fãs da NTZ pararam de jogar LoL, pô. Essa é a verdade.
Not the easiest from the fan perspective standpoint. Like, I always knew there's gonna be a lot of shouting and it's not gonna be for me. But I really like...
tipo, os fãs da NTZ são tipo gigante adormecido, tá ligado?
For sure, when I joined Fnatic later, I could see the difference and like how fans view it. But it's still, I would say it's still way different comparing it to here, right? Like here, as Kisa said, right, fans are extremely passionate. And I think that you can see it even in the social media. I would say when it comes to social media, right, things are... I would say there's not much banter rather than just like straight up flame. I think banter here is a way different comparing to like EU. I feel like, you know, if I banter with someone, I feel like, you know, I flamed one of his like family members. That's how I feel, and I don't like doing it so because that's not exactly what I truly mean. While in Europe it's like really different, but yeah, it's also something I'm not really used to, you know. In like Europe, I was always the guy who would just banter with like the people I truly know, you know, like the friends from the scene that I played with / you know, had a good relations. So here where like I don't really know many people, right? I don't like doing too crazy stuff. Of course, you know, you can see me.
Tipo, esse bagulho que ele tá falando é muito verdade, mano. Teve um tweet do Micao esses dias, pô, foi muito recente, dele mesmo se zoando depois de perder. Tá ligado? E aí chega outros jogadores e vai lá no tweet e zoa ele. É muito comum isso lá, tá ligado? O pessoal leva... Tipo assim, um zoa o outro vai e zoa de volta. Aqui rola mais esse bagulho mesmo de... Acho que nem tantos jogadores, talvez, embora tenha um pouco também, mas principalmente a torcida, mano. Tipo, se você zoa um jogador de outro time, A torcida daquele time, filho, nossa, vai xingar sua mãe, vai xingar todo mundo, tipo, vai ser como se você tivesse dado uma facada no cara, tá ligado? Rola um pouco isso.
I've already been a part of some dramas, sadly.
Deve rolar lá também, né, mano? Mas talvez aqui role mais.
In here, and I'm not really proud of it, I would say. But yeah, at the end of the day, I'm happy with the fact that there's anything going on here, and for sure, it's kind of crazy to see that every week there's a new drama coming in. But if that's the case, then I rather be like a kind of part of it and make it more exciting rather than just stand somewhere out there and not do anything and just look at how things are developing.
And you guys consider that like Vivocade right now is not ready to play the game one? Because like from what I felt, it's like it seems that the game one in the series, basically you guys are looking cold. I don't know, Kisei, if you agree with that, because sometimes even on the series against Loud that you guys lost the game one, like it seems that you guys are not ready to play the game one. Now you guys at least have a BO5, not a BO3 to like get the reverse sweep, I mean. And what do you think about it? Do you think like you guys have this issue on like playing?
A real é que brasileiro é tudo maluco e amamos o Brasil por isso. Tá certo, sim mesmo.
In the game one on your best?
Yeah, I mean, I think our game ones are definitely not the best, as you can see from other series. But luckily it's a BO5, so we have plenty of games to spare. But hopefully we can change this for the future games, or at least for Isurus at least, and then just try fix it and just beat every team.
And Trimby, I think from the last general thing about VKS that I at least see on the community is that VKS is somehow lacking a carry to step up. That could be Kise, that could be Boal, or like even Mortius. Do you agree with it? Like, you guys still need some time to develop. Who is that guy's gonna be for like this weekend against Isurus Destral? Because basically now your spot in the championship, if you guys lose, then you guys are going home. And everyone is saying that somehow VKS is lacking some courage, aura, like bravery. I don't know. You can choose the word, But
I know what you mean.
like from a carry, I think you guys are lacking it.
Caralho, calma aí. Nem vi que isso aqui tava aqui, inclusive. Pô, o Talkeshi fala que falta um carry. Olha a olhada do Kiss, mano.
I know what you mean.
Like from a carry, I think you guys are lacking it.
Foda.
I'm not sure. I don't know what Kisa thinks about it. But, well,
I want to hear your impressions as well.
I would say, I mean, it depends. I think since there's like quite a bit, we're trying to make sure there's I try to make sure that there's some pressure on the players, because at the end of the day, it's playoffs time, and we cannot just pretend that there's nothing on the line. And I think that for sure changes quite a bit in our players, since Mortius is a rookie now coming in. I would still say Kisa, since a lot of things change. Not in his career, I would say, and like how he thinks. He's also like in like his rookie time, even though of course you've been in a major major league, it doesn't really matter. And same for Bo, after the. But do we lack? I think the difference between us and other teams, I would say, is that the typical carries that are supposed to carry, we just try to make everything work together, I feel like in other teams, it's like individual players who like shine. Like, for instance, you can say, that in Pain, like there's like Kuri who always finds like a crazy engage, or like Titan who like decides to, just like wake up and kill the guy, in game, of course, in game. And then there's like different players, I don't know, Tatu trying to make sure that he carries his team through like, a Lilia game or something. And I think for us, I would say right now, like the one you can truly see is, I think, the Zamis, but I don't think it's as flashy plays as others. And honestly, I don't really mind it, I think for sure as a viewer, you would love to see flashy plays when like somebody just like completely destroys somebody 1v1 in a micro play. But I think for us, it's more like making sure we're like in a better spots, in a better positions to play as a team. And I think the Zamis brings a lot of that, but people don't truly understand it. I think people here, like at least the community, I think it's normal that, community is not like on the highest level of understanding the game. It's completely normal. And I think, since that's not the case, the Zamis doesn't really like just shine. And it's same for other players. I think To be fair though, Mortius has been having better and better games, I would say. Like, I think there was a game he was like 5k ahead from bronze, or like 8 or something like this. I've never seen such a lead, actually. That was kind of crazy game. But yeah, and it also doesn't really, I would say past 3-4 weeks, our practice/officials don't really help with the fact that there's a carry player, right? Because the morals have been a bit down, I would say, and for sure the confidence was lacking, right? Like, if you have shit practice and you just come with like bad habits into game, you just feel worse and worse, you know, while playing the game, and it's not easy to then just step up and carry while...
Acho que o bagulho de, tipo, não ter um carregador é mais a parada de, mano... Eu ia falar a mesma coisa, né? Porque o que eu mais sinto é que eles não têm alguém que resolve na hora da fight, tá ligado? Não tem um jogador super clutch, assim. Mas... Pô, meio que tá tendo, mano. Aquele comeback que eles deram contra a Red no jogo 2, tá ligado? É uma play muito boa, mano. Embora tenha tido, né, a super infelicidade do Aegis de entrar lá no Red dos caras, gastar o smite, ter o bagulho roubado pelo Desames, o follow-up da play é muito foda, mano. Porque o Trundle entra e rouba. Aí depois parece que tá uma situação ruim ainda pra Cage, embora tenha roubado o Dragon. Aí o Kiss flasha pra dentro do pit, começa a espetar os caras, na hora que os caras pulam nele. Ele dá o R de Azir e aí todo mundo vem. Então, naquela jogada, por exemplo, o Kiss foi esse jogador, tá ligado? Eu posso até mostrar aqui pra vocês rapidão, caso vocês não estejam com essa play em mente, tipo... Mas o Kiss foi esse cara, mano.
A bomba pra cima do QC, mas não tinha.
É agora. Ó. Ó, tipo, o Trim entrou primeiro. A play podia ter acabado aqui, certo? Tipo assim, roubamos o Drake, tamo atrás pra caralho. A gente não precisa fazer isso aqui. Mas o Kiss flashou pra dentro de Azir. Quando os caras pularam nele, ele deu o R. Aí vem o Boal no follow, vem o Morteus no follow. Então, mano, o Kiss foi esse cara aqui. Aqui ele resolveu, tá ligado? Então tá começando a aparecer esses momentos. E eu acho que o Kiss é um cara que tem esse talento. Ele só tá muito nervoso mesmo. Então acho que é questão de tempo, mano. A gente já viu performances muito foda do Boal também. Morteus tá sempre muito sólido. É mais questão de se soltando mesmo. Esse bagulho de resolver na fight, mano.
While you're kind of doubting yourself, you know, more and more through like the daily basis. But hopefully, since now we've been having better scrims past week, hopefully this week...
O que foi? Concorda que o problema dessa play não foi o smite do Red? Não, o problema dessa play foi ir no Red, né, teoricamente. Meu Deus, resolve o quê, Micão? Como assim? A fight? O que você não entendeu, querido?
Week is gonna be even better and we'll be able to get some confidence back for the game against Isurus.
And what about you, Kise? Like, do you agree with that thought, that sentence, that VKS need a carry to step it up and solve the game when the game is hard? Because people are with this impression that somehow you, Boal, and Mortius are not ready to carry the game if the game is hard.
Yeah, I completely agree everything with Tremby is saying. Like, I don't think there's a specific carrier on the team. Like, everyone can shine at different times. Like, for example, I think Bob has very good games sometimes, and Mortius and Decimus and Tremby, you know. It's not like a specific player where, like, our team, like, there's a role for that where someone just steps up. I mean, maybe one time there will be, but, like, in general, I think, like, our team just wants to make everyone play on the same page and just give, like, moments for everyone.
Mas é isso, mas é isso. Eu não vi aquele jogo, eu só vi os highlights. Esse final de semana da LTA eu não vi. Mas o que eu vi só do highlight ali, por exemplo, se vai só no Drake, o Drake é deles, entendeu?
You know, to shine sometime.
And guys, now you have this match on the weekend against Zurus for all. Freebie, Snacker and Ackerman just learn how to play the bot lane, or it was Loud just playing poorly? What is your opinion on this match against them?
I personally think Snaker stepped up quite massively. I think he had some solid games for sure, especially the Zeri one, right? I think they showcased that, you know, they're not really passengers of the team, right? I for sure think Cosiodo and especially Miro are the like two like players that make this team work. I think Cosiodo is just by pure, you know, like outsmarting enemy jungler and making sure that, you know, he can, like, his laners can play, and like Miro just like trying to get those like positions where he can carry from. I think that's like their main reasons as to why they're
concordo. O José Dedo tá demais.
winning. And I think that, right, since they probably got some more confidence from those games, now everyone else will step up. Like, I even saw Samet was like just abusing a little bit of a tank role on the top lane department. And as we all can see, it's pretty OP, not gonna lie. It actually looks pretty strong. But yeah, I'm really honestly, I'm really excited for those games. I think that, you know, I wanna showcase that, you know, we're better as a bot lane for sure against them. And, you know, even though we did already showcase it in our best of 3 in the groups, I want to make sure, you know, that like I emphasize it this time too, because I think they're good players for sure, but, you know, I don't feel like, you know, I'm going to get stomped by them or something. There's like, I don't see any aura from them for sure. It's like, they're all right? They're good players, but I want to make sure that, you know, I can set Mortius up to carry those games.
And Muriel said that he wanted to face you on the championship when he won the match. I think
I wonder why, huh?
Yeah, I wonder why. Like, do you guys know each other from before? Like, you guys played a lot of solo kills against each other. What was the reason for him to choose playing against you? In your opinion, I don't know if you have a clue.
I mean, I don't really know. Maybe he just, yeah, like I don't really talk to him. We don't really message each other as players, right? That's just how players are, unless you like become like friends with them. But maybe I could say in scrims, like we kind of just like fight head on, you know, like just battle to the death. So maybe that's why he wants to face me. And yeah, I consider Mira a great player. I think he's a big factor in why his team has a lot of success and why they're in top 4. And yeah, hopefully we can show a good match between me and him on this coming week.
And guys, I think that's all for today. Do you want to say something for the fans, for the community?
I mean, one thing I would say is that after a game against Furia, I can see there was like a lot of frustration, right, with like our performances. I mean, even versus Red, right, for sure, the first 2 games didn't really showcase anything good from us, or like, yeah, was not the best place. So personally, like, I'm sorry for those games, you know, like for sure I could have done more, and I know everyone else felt that way, but I'm happy with the people that stayed with us, you know, that didn't really give up on us and still believe that we can do more than that. And hopefully I'll be able with the team to showcase it for the next weekend, because yeah, I don't want to make them feel like, you know, we're just there to be passengers. We're just there to just, you know, let the other team win and go more. I actually want to you know, try to contest for the best spots.
You say you as well, if I have anything to say. At least one thing that I have to ask you to finish is about the vacation mode activated, like the fans, everyone.
Nossa, essa aí ele manda mal demais, mano. Tipo, foda não foi nem só o tweet, é que ele tinha, mano, ele tinha trollado muito a última fight, tá ligado? Se ele tivesse jogado bem a última fight do jogo, eles ganhavam o jogo. E além disso, ele fez o tweet super infeliz, mano, falando vacation mode.
Told me to please ask you about it.
Caralho.
What do you have to say and a message to everyone that is like watching you right now?
First, I'd like to say just thank you to all the fans that have been supporting us and the haters, you know, and that are still going. And about the post, like, okay, I have to be careful with what I say, because I mean the post was just a coping mechanism for me, you know, like I like to humor and just I like to joke around when like things are like getting rough or, you know, just tough. And yeah, I did it in the wrong spot, wrong time, and it was truly one of the biggest life lessons I learned. So you guys don't have to worry about me doing something like that ever again. So yeah, that's it.
Guys, thank you.
Mano, pior que é o bagulho que ele falou, velho. Ele tá acostumado com a Oceania, velho. Os caras tem 3 fãs lá, tá ligado? O cara pode twittar o que ele quiser, que, pô, foda-se, tá ligado? Todo mundo vai dar risada e tal. Ele chegou no Brasil, fi. Só torcedor doido, filho. Só torcedor apaixonado. Tipo assim. Todo mundo ficou puto, né, mano? Pelo jeito que foi. E ele não tá acostumado com isso, é realmente isso. O cara não tá acostumado, pô. Tá ligado?
Once again for joining me. Now I'm gonna go back to the Portuguese. Rapaziada, a gente vai ficando por aqui no Talkeshi de hoje. Um forte abraço pra vocês e não percam o jogo da VKS, que já acontece nesse sábado a partir de 1h da tarde. E domingo também tem Pen Game contra a Fúria. É nóis, valeu!
Eu gosto do Kiss, mano. Gosto do Kiss. Acho que vai ser, inclusive, um puta momento pra ele se provar, né? Se provar realmente, mano. Que ele vai jogar contra o Super Mireu, né? Que vem cada vez jogando melhor, Isurus cada vez mais encaixada. E o Kiss vem cometendo erros bobos, mano. Eu sei que o cara é bom, eu vejo ele jogando solo kill, eu já vi os bons jogos dele, mas ele precisa só dessa... Realmente mental, né, mano? Pelo que ele sente, ele é mental e eu já tinha esse feeling também, de ser nervosismo. Porque o cara comete erros bobos, pô, erros bobos. Mas da hora.